We've watched our dads and we've watched our grandpas, and I'm just not going to go through it. Emotionally, financially, mentally, I don't want that for my children and their children.
Starry crown, good Lord, show me the way.
This business makes a paddle big enough for anybody's ass. And it's gotten some good people, it's got some good families, 100-year-old ranches that got taken. Been a part of some foreclosures. These cattle feeders that have been through the trenches and tough markets and droughts and pandemics. I've watched the generation before me really fight. The trajectory of this business, it continues to bleed out equity.
There are wolves out there that like the likes of you.
Feeding cattle, we work 7 days a week in all kinds of weather, snow, rain, hot, cold. You know, my alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m. every day, wondering if you're gonna make money at the end of the day or not. We can't keep taking these losses every year.
This business and this machine that we all serve, it doesn't care who you are and what you stand for, and it'll come after all of us. Why the industry is in the situation we're in is because we've let it get away from us and we've given our leverage away.
We need the seed stock guy, we need the ranchers, we need the feedlots, we need the packers, and we need the customer. We all need to come together and work together and find a parallel vision as to where this industry is going.
We've got to catch up. Agriculture's behind. I'm just not going to live the way the generation has before me. I think this is the greatest solution that the industry could have. I can think of nothing more that we could benefit from. I've never been more motivated. The most expensive things in agriculture, that's the way Dad did it.
You can't be environmentally sustainable, you can't be sustainable in your community, you can't be sustainable in your own operation until you're profitable. We're taking control back. We're not letting that happen anymore.
We put together a group of fighters and a group of entrepreneurial, like-minded individuals, and we decided to change the status quo because we had to fight back to get some leverage back and get back our industry.
This packing plant is part of that vision. To be a part of that vertical integration, it's good business.
The conversation between the rancher and the consumer has been very lackadaisical on both ends. We know what each other want, but we're not communicating because we're not tied together, because we haven't had that blockchain technology yet available. This will totally change that. And we will be able to listen to each other and both make it a better experience, both financially for the rancher and for the consumer.
The technology we have today, the DNA testing we have today, the genetic testing we have today, to be able to look at a piece of meat on a plate and say, I know where this animal came from, I know the lineage, I know what ranch it came from, who produced this animal.
And for them to know that we are being good stewards of the land, good stewards of the livestock.
We are regenerative, we are conservationists, we are sustainable. The beef to plate scenario, I know our consumers out there want to know where their beef comes from. Our story's not being told. This project does a better job of telling it.
It's about the state, it's about the people, it's about being sustainable for the future, and our economic impact is big.
And it's daunting. I mean, it is a overwhelmingly daunting task that we are trying to get done here, and it's going to take a village to do it. We've put together the most influential people in the state of Nebraska behind this project, and we're talking hundreds of years of integrity built into it. Community leaders all across the state, by the time we're done talking to them, they all say, how can we help? How can we support this project? What do you need from us? In the current system today, we're talking billions and billions of dollars on a yearly basis that leave rural America and don't come home. This would change that in all aspects. This is a stimulating economy project for the entire community that starts and ends right here, all in this county. We've never had the stage or the microphone to be able to explain what we're doing and how we're doing it and how we're going to get there and be regenerative and sustainable at the same time. That's a story that's never been told, and that's our job as producers to do that. This project finally gives us a voice. We're being shepherded and mentored by an older generation that made mistakes, and they want to do better for us. And now it's how can I improve my situation for those that are coming after me. We want control of our own destiny at the end of the day, and this project accomplishes that. There's a lot of emotional baggage that comes with this, and there's a lot of guys before us that aren't here today to fight this fight because the business took them out. What we're trying to do here, what we're trying to accomplish, it's never been done. This is the first of its kind because ranchers will be able to not only supply cattle to the plant, but also invest on the capital side as well. You're talking 100-year change in what this plant can do.
This is our chance to take the control back and put the ball back in our court. You know, it's extremely important as far as conservation and sustainability, environmentally and economically, that we do this project and that we can be profitable and we can continue to be around and do business and give ourselves stay in power for as long as we want to feed cattle and being involved in agriculture.
This is a fight that could take it all.
I don't want to be the person that looks back and say I had an opportunity to be a part of something, to be better and not take that chance.
The reason I'm willing to take that risk is because it's not gonna fail. We're working hard to feed the American people in the world. We put our heart and souls in this.
In this town, in this community, the right people, the right time, and the right place, I mean, that's a force to be reckoned with.
3x40, I'm on the right side of the grid.
It's our job to look for the future and for the next generation and to create the opportunity for them to have something to come back to.
What would be something special to look at an industry that we built, that we became, and we said, look what we did. Look what we changed. How cool would it be for our kids to be here 40 years down the road and be like, hey.
They stepped up for us, let's for the next generation.
How inspiring is that? You want to inspire your kids? Inspire them.